In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The constant noise of external pressures, endless distractions, and the weight of expectations can leave us feeling scattered and unfulfilled. We often believe that in order to find peace or success, we need to add more goals, more tasks, more things. But what if, instead of constantly adding to our lives, we could simply eliminate the things that weigh us down? What if the key to a more fulfilling existence lies not in accumulation, but in thoughtful removal? Enter Stoic philosophy, a guide for navigating life with wisdom, clarity, and resilience. Though it's over 2,000 years old, Stoicism remains highly relevant today, offering us practical insights on how to manage our emotions, cultivate inner peace, and focus on what truly matters. One core Stoic principle is the idea of quietly eliminating unnecessary distractions and burdens that take up our mental and emotional energy. In this video, we'll explore 13 practical steps based on Stoic teachings that can help you eliminate what doesn't serve you, creating space for a more peaceful, focused, and fulfilling life. Take a moment to reflect on what you can quietly remove from your life today. If you're ready for more Stoic wisdom and practical advice on personal growth, be sure to subscribe and join us on this journey of transformation. In the modern world, the desire for control can be incredibly draining. We often feel the need to manage every aspect of our lives, from our schedules to the people around us. However, this constant urge to control everything can leave us feeling exhausted, anxious, and frustrated, especially when things inevitably slip beyond our grasp. Stoic wisdom offers a powerful antidote to this struggle. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This reminder encourages us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while letting go of the need to control external circumstances. An actionable step to apply this wisdom is to begin letting go of the need to control others and events outside of your influence. Instead, focus on cultivating inner peace and calm, especially when faced with uncertainty or chaos. This shift will help you conserve energy and maintain clarity even in turbulent times. The fear of failure often keeps people stuck, preventing them from pursuing their dreams or even trying new things. This fear can paralyze us, making us believe that failure is something to avoid at all costs, rather than a natural part of life. Stoic wisdom offers a powerful perspective on failure. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, reminds us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Rather than fearing failure, we can choose to view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. It's not the setback that defines us, but our response to it. An actionable step to overcome this fear is to practice resilience. When faced with failure, instead of seeing it as a defeat, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Reframe failure as a valuable experience that propels you forward and helps you improve, rather than something that holds you back. In today's world, many people find themselves chasing approval and validation from others, whether through social media likes, awards, or public recognition. This constant need for external validation can lead to an exhausting cycle of seeking praise and affirmation, often at the cost of personal fulfillment and self-worth. Stoic wisdom challenges this reliance on external approval. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminds us that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This teaches us that genuine happiness and contentment come from within, not from the judgments or opinions of others. Our self-worth should not be dependent on external validation, but rooted in our own values and actions. An actionable step to break free from this cycle is to shift your focus to intrinsic motivations. Start doing things because they align with your personal values, not because of how others will perceive them. Rejoice in your small successes without needing external affirmation. By doing so, you'll cultivate a deeper sense of satisfaction and self-worth that is independent of external validation. In many relationships, there's a common destructive dynamic known as the drama triangle, where individuals unconsciously play roles of the victim, perpetrator, and rescuer. This pattern often leads to conflict, frustration, and an unhealthy back and forth of blame, guilt, and emotional turmoil. People may find themselves either feeling victimized, blaming others for their problems, or trying to rescue someone else in an attempt to fix things that are not their responsibility. Stoic wisdom offers a way to break free from this cycle. Marcus Aurelius, a key Stoic philosopher, reminds us, "It is not the man's actions that trouble me, but my own perception of them." This teaches us that while we can't control others, we can control our perceptions and reactions. The key to freeing ourselves from these unhealthy relational patterns lies in taking responsibility for our own thoughts and emotions, rather than projecting blame or playing a particular role in the drama. An actionable step is to practice self-awareness. Start recognizing when you fall into the roles of victim, perpetrator, or rescuer. Instead of reacting impulsively, focus on taking responsibility for your thoughts, actions, and emotions, and strive to create healthier, more balanced interactions by breaking free from the drama triangle. Many people avoid taking risks or expressing themselves authentically because of the fear of being judged. The fear of criticism can hold us back from pursuing our true desires, leading us to suppress our thoughts, actions, and individuality in an attempt to fit in. Stoic wisdom addresses this fear directly. Epictetus, a leading Stoic philosopher, said, "What upsets people is not things themselves, but their judgments about them." This reminds us that it's not external judgments that cause us distress, but our own interpretations of those judgments. An actionable step to overcome this fear is to stop worrying about others' opinions. Instead, focus on your personal values and live authentically. Embrace the fact that judgment from others is inevitable, but remember it doesn't define your worth. By shifting your attention inward and prioritizing what truly matters to you, you can free yourself from the paralyzing fear of judgment and live a more fulfilling life. In modern society, happiness is often equated with material wealth and possessions. The pursuit of more money, more things, more status, can leave us feeling empty and perpetually dissatisfied. Stoicism offers a different perspective, teaching that contentment is not found in accumulating possessions, but in cultivating inner peace. Epictetus, a key Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This encourages us to focus on what we truly need rather than chasing after endless material goods. An actionable step to apply this wisdom is to simplify your life by reducing attachments to material possessions. Start by evaluating what you truly value and let go of the excess. Recognize that true wealth comes from a peaceful mind and a life focused on what truly matters, not an abundance of things that ultimately do not bring lasting fulfillment. The desire to be right in arguments or debates often leads to unnecessary tension and conflict. We can become so focused on winning or proving ourselves that we lose sight of the bigger picture, damaging relationships and hindering growth in the process. Stoic wisdom offers a different approach. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, reminds us, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This teaches us that the root of many conflicts is not the issue at hand, but our own resistance to letting go of our ego. An actionable step is to let go of the need to prove yourself right. Instead of engaging in ego-driven arguments, focus on understanding the perspectives of others. Embrace learning and growth over winning, and approach discussions with openness and humility. By doing so, you'll foster more meaningful conversations and reduce unnecessary conflict. Overthinking can be one of the most paralyzing habits, preventing us from making decisions and leading to unnecessary stress and anxiety. We often get stuck in a loop of analyzing every possible outcome, which only amplifies uncertainty and drains our mental energy. This cycle can leave us feeling overwhelmed and unsure, making it harder to move forward in life. Stoic wisdom offers valuable insight on how to break free from this trap. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You are a little soul carrying around a corpse." This reminds us that life is short, and the time we spend overthinking is time we could have spent living. Overanalyzing only wastes precious moments that we can never get back. An actionable step to overcome overthinking is to take immediate, small actions to break the cycle. When in doubt, act first and adjust later. Trust yourself to navigate the outcome. Often, the act of moving forward is what brings clarity, and each step will help you build confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Change is often feared because it disrupts the comfort of the known, but in reality, change is a natural and inevitable part of life. Avoiding it only creates more anxiety and prevents personal growth. Embracing change, on the other hand, can lead to greater strength and resilience. Stoic wisdom provides clarity on this. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." This reminds us that change is a fundamental part of life, and rather than resisting it, we should accept it as a natural process that fosters growth. An actionable step to overcome the fear of change is to embrace it as an opportunity. Instead of viewing change as a threat, see it as a chance to grow stronger, more adaptable, and more aligned with your true self. Let go of resistance and welcome change with an open mind, knowing it is a part of your journey towards becoming your best version. Social comparison is one of the most draining habits we develop, constantly measuring ourselves against others and feeling inadequate when we fall short. This external pressure often distracts us from our own path and personal growth, leading to frustration and self-doubt. Stoic wisdom offers a powerful antidote to this. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You could be good today, but instead you choose tomorrow." This teaches us that personal growth is not about keeping up with others, but about being consistent in our own efforts and choices. Each day is an opportunity to improve, and it's up to us to make the most of it. An actionable step is to focus on your own journey. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare who you are today with who you were yesterday. Recognize that progress is personal and unique to you. Celebrate your own growth, no matter how small, and trust that your path is unfolding in its own time. Perfectionism often leads to procrastination and dissatisfaction because it sets unrealistic expectations. We hold ourselves back, afraid that anything less than perfect will not be good enough. This fear of imperfection can prevent us from taking action and moving forward. Stoic wisdom offers a valuable perspective. Seneca reminds us, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This teaches us that the real challenge is not the task itself, but our hesitation to start. Perfection is an illusion, and the key is to take action, even if it's imperfect. An actionable step is to let go of the pursuit of perfection and focus on progress instead. Take small, consistent actions towards your goals and trust that your efforts, no matter how imperfect, are still moving you forward. By embracing progress over perfection, you'll find more freedom and satisfaction in your journey. The need to please everyone around us can quickly lead to exhaustion and a loss of authenticity. We stretch ourselves thin, trying to meet the expectations of others, often at the cost of our own well-being and true desires. This constant pressure to be all things to all people leaves us feeling drained and disconnected from our true selves. Stoic wisdom offers a liberating perspective. Seneca reminds us, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Our fear of disappointing others or facing rejection is often more painful in our minds than in actual practice. By letting go of the need for universal approval, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress. An actionable step is to stop worrying about pleasing everyone. Instead, focus on aligning your actions with your personal values and living authentically. When you prioritize your own truth over external expectations, you'll experience more peace and fulfillment, regardless of how others may react. Many people fear being alone, equating solitude with loneliness. In a world full of distractions, the idea of being by oneself can feel unsettling. However, Stoicism teaches us to view solitude as a powerful source of self-reflection and inner peace. Seneca wisely said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Our fears of being alone often stem from imagined discomforts, not the actual experience. Solitude provides an opportunity to connect with our thoughts, clear our minds, and rediscover who we truly are, free from external distractions. An actionable step is to embrace solitude as a time for introspection and growth. Rather than avoiding time alone, use it to reflect on your life, refine your values, and reconnect with your inner self. By learning to enjoy solitude, you cultivate a deeper sense of peace and clarity.